Give me some peace of mind again. 'Cause I've been walking up and floating off the edge. It's starting, I think I need the rain, so I can feel something, I only feel the pain. So let me hold you till the end, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. All the words that you said.
Let's go, boys. We're live. We're here. Don't ask what time it is, okay? Do not ask what time it is. If you're watching live, you'll know what time it is, but I'm not even going to say what time it is at this point. Okay? We're here. We're live. We've had 24 hours. Much longer than 24 hours at this point. I don't know. We've had less than 2 days to process this. But we're thriving, dude. Darryn Peterson is on our team. If you have not seen the news and you didn't read the thumbnail or just like casuals, we got Darryn Peterson. So I figured, and also because it's like so late / early, whatever you want to describe it as, I don't want to sit here for an hour, frankly. Sorry, people that are watching later that for some reason actually enjoy my content are like, oh no, I wanted to listen to him ramble for an hour. Probably not gonna happen tonight. But who knows? Who knows, dude? Maybe we'll go for an hour. But I'm gonna aim for like 30 minutes-ish. So, but with that being said, I figured we'll watch his interview that he did post being drafted last night with the NBA media, whatever. We watched a little bit of it last night, but we didn't like watch all of it. And then there's like a nice little a little like, what is this? It's like a draft profile thing that they made like a month ago. So I figured we can watch that. It just talks about like all his like capabilities. Then there's a few other things on Twitter, other videos that we can watch. And then again at the end of the stream, at the end of the video, I'm gonna give not only player comps for him that I've kind of found online and stuff throughout the day. I figured that would kind of be like the topic of the night, like what are we going to talk about. So we're just going to do general like draft coverage carryover, long story short, and then we're going to like ease into like kind of stuff I was researching throughout the day. I just found like 10 general comparisons for him, and we're going to discuss that. 3 or 4 of them are like specific players, and then like the rest are like this player plus this, you know, type thing. So we're gonna talk about general 10 player comps that I found online for him, and then I have just a fun little thing where I compiled last year's draft and this year's draft. If I was a general manager just starting out with a team, nothing built yet, what I would build with or how I would draft it. So I do have a top 10 of last year and this year's draft, but that's going to be quick at the very end. I just thought that'd be a fun little thing. But yeah, starting out here, let me switch cameras. Starting out, figured we will go over the remaining second round of the draft that happened today, because obviously I did not stream it because I was at work. But obviously first round, you can see all the general stuff. There was nothing really too shocking to me. Obviously Mo Johnson going 9 was fairly shocking, but like it wasn't a super reach. Like, he was supposed to go 12, 13, so going 9 isn't like insane. Ademara falling to 12 was not crazy shocking. I still think he should have gone 8. But Kingston Fleming's going to Atlanta is fine, considering they got, what's his name at the tail end? Zubia Ejiofor. I don't know. So they figured out that center position, so it's fine. I guess he's a power forward, but hey. They figured out that front court position. Like, generally, the first round was fine. I was really pumped that KAWHI, dude. I said it last night. KAWHI staying in Phoenix. So good. I know I'm a homer. I'm an Arizona homer. But, like, 4 state championships. Takes Arizona to the Final Four and gets to stay in it. Like, Mr. Arizona stays in Arizona. So that's cool. even though he slipped to 30. So he's going to lose out on some money there, but it's all right. Obviously, second round. Here we go. Richie Saunders went second in the second round. Went to Memphis. So good for Richie. Utah product going to Memphis. So I don't know how he'll do out there, but he'll try his best, I guess. If Sam Merrill can thrive in Cleveland, then who says Richie Saunders can't do it in Memphis? So that's the argument there. But yeah, good for him, dude. Went that quickly in the second round. Obviously, some people had him mocked to go like mid-20s in the first round, late 20s. But still, some people at the end of the night had him going 35th, 36th, 37th, and going 32nd is pretty good. So good for Richie Saunders. Malik Thomas falling, dude. Like, oh, dude, I don't know. First off, also, we're going to talk about people falling, dude. Henry Vasar, bro, falling to 52. He was supposed to go like 27th. Yeah, he was supposed to be going like right around there. That's insane that he fell to 52. Vasar's a good player. Again, I'm a very much an Arizona homer when it comes to college basketball. I'm either watching the top prospects or Arizona basketball. Like, that's it. So, like, Henry Vasar not being a top prospect, I would not have known him unless he spent time at Arizona. So I did know him his freshman year at Arizona, and or sophomore year, Arizona. Both years, technically both years, I think. I would not have entered the draft this year. I know he was supposed to go in the late second round. That was an obvious thing, or late first round, but I don't know, man. I don't see him as an NBA center. If he is, he's a backup, solid backup. Like, again, once he started slipping, I was like, maybe the Jazz could jump up and snag him, but no, it just doesn't. So yeah, he's the big fall of the night. I'm sure if you guys were following the chat, everybody was like, what is happening with Henry Vasar? But he got picked up. Atlanta picked him up, it looks like. So good for Atlanta, dude. I don't know. And then Jaden Bradley, dude, another Arizona guy, Big 12 Player of the Year. He goes number 50 to Toronto. Toronto's my second favorite team. I don't know if you guys knew that. I don't know if you're allowed to have like first, second, third, fifth favorite teams, but I fuck with the Raptors, okay? When I was a little kid, it was like, before I understood things, I was like, they're a Raptor, dude. Raptors are sweet. So I have my 2 different Raptors jerseys. Doesn't matter. So shout out to Jaden Bradley going to the Raptors. That makes me pumped. If he didn't go to the Jazz, dude, that was the next best place he could have gone for me. So, very fun. Yeah, that's pretty much all that happened in the second round, dude. Nothing crazy. Obviously, some of these players I don't really know. Braden Smith going to Indiana makes a ton of sense to me. Like, he can just train under TJ McConnell and become the next TJ McConnell. So, like, I don't know if, like, that's quite, like, the pipeline you want to build with your organization is a TJ McConnell pipeline, but, like, it works if they want to do it. Yeah. Shout out to Braden Smith. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Baba Miller went up a little higher than I thought he was supposed to go. He was supposed to go, like, in the 40th range, but other than that, nothing crazy. It was more like that later half of the first round was more what was crazy. Like, Cam Carr going 24th, like, I put out my mock. I think it's on my Twitter somewhere from the other day, but there's a lot of stuff that I retweeted, so you don't need to go through all that shit now. I had my top 15 like the day before, or like hours before the draft, and I had, in fact, let me pull it up, dude. Let me pull it up. So fucking funny. Like, in hindsight, it's gonna be funny looking back in years. All right. Okay, so I had pretty much my top 12 pretty much was all the same. Like, positions were a little different. Like I had Mara going 11th, he went 12th. I had Mo Johnson going 12th, he went 9th. I had Nate Ament going 9th, he went 13th. But generally, like, I had it right. But then I had LeBaron Philon 13. He went 22 to Philadelphia, or 21 to Philadelphia, whatever. What is it? 22 to Philadelphia. Then I had Koa P at 14. But again, this was just like my mock, like how I would draft them. Super biased. I had Koa P at 14, and I had Cam Carr at 15. So my final 3 guys in my top 15 big board right before the draft all went between 22 and 30. So I'm dumb, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens, dude. If any of those 3 end up being phenomenal, I'm going to feel really good about myself. So We'll see, dude. Just one of the three has to hit. Not even... So, that's my argument there. But yeah, dude. Shout out to the second rounders. Shout out to the first rounders. Shout out to everybody that drafted. There's a lot of other guys that went undrafted that I saw. Again, homer bias. Tobe Awaka got picked up by the Bulls on a two-way deal. But Tobe Awaka, fucking a stud. He was like the leading rebounder in the nation, I think, all season or all year. I'd have to look up the stats. And he was coming off the bench. So, really good. He's a very, like, for people my age who grew up in, like, 2000s, he's very Paul Millsappy-ish. So, he's a tweener kind of player. So, shout out to the Bulls for getting Tobe Awaka. But other than that, Jazz didn't sign anybody, I don't believe. Like, I'd have to go through Shams stuff. Obviously, him and Chris Haynes, I'm sure, posted a shit ton of stuff. Yeah, all I see is Tobe Awaka went to Chicago. Creighton guard Josh Dix, what a funny name, is going to the Thunder. Great, Thunder get another guy. Miami guard Trey Donaldson is going to Miami. That's cool. Miami guy stays in Miami. Vanderbilt forward A.K. Okirike. Got to be related to Okirike, the NFL player, right? I would assume. Has agreed to a two-way NBA deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's pretty much it. So, nothing crazy. Maybe Chris Haynes has something for me. No. I mean, we can't talk about this. I should talk about this. I hate to keep rambling here, boys. We're already 12 minutes in. We keep postponing stuff here at this point. LaMelo Ball is going to be traded in the next, like, 24 hours or something. So, we'll see what happens. Or, like, that's potential that's, like, being floated. I don't know why that wouldn't happen before the draft. Because, like, theoretically, like, I bet you Brooklyn would trade you the 6th pick for him. I think Brooklyn would, in their situation, would probably have LaMelo Ball than Michael Brown. I wouldn't, but, like, I think Brooklyn would. So, it's interesting, man. And I think Charlotte would be like, fuck yeah, dude. We get Michael Brown or Keaton Wagler or Mo Johnson or, like, I don't know. Just interesting that this information came out, like, 14 hours after the draft. But whatever, dude. Yeah. So if you guys are, like, intrigued with the LaMelo Ball situation, leave a comment down below and be like, where the f should he go? Right now, Minnesota is the front runner, which I don't like at all. Like, I know Anthony Edwards can play off ball just fine. Arguably, he's better off ball than with ball in hand, but LaMelo's just gonna hog that shit, dude. You know what I mean? Like, LaMelo's just like for fucking 20 seconds of the shot clock. He's like, here you go, Anthony. And Anthony's gonna have to figure it out, dude. So I just, I don't love the fit there. And I don't know what the price tag would be. Like, they'd have to get rid of Gobert at some point. It'd have to be like a 3-teamer because they couldn't afford Gobert and LaMelo. I know Gobert's like, he's on a 3-year deal, I think, right now. But I don't know. I don't love that argument for Minnesota. I mean, I like a Brooklyn fit for LaMelo. LaMelo may not like it. I like that fit for Utah, but first off, not for the price it would take to get him. Like, we'd have to give up a lot. And then second, I don't think he'd want to come to Utah. Third, I don't think he'd like coming off the bench for Utah because that's what he would be doing. And I also don't think we'd be able to pay him long term or anything. We'd just be trading for him to lose him. So it doesn't make sense. But, like, if we're really going for a short term, dude, like, two future firsts and Bryce Sensabaugh for LaMelo Ball, I don't know. I don't know if we get it done. Salaries probably wouldn't even make sense there. Not even close. But you know what I mean? Like, Sensabaugh and fucking who else? What's another price? In fact, we don't even have any, like, price tags, dude. Our third highest paid player right now is Ace Bailey or something. So, yeah, we can't do those kind of trades, basically, is what I'm saying. It's a dream, but it'd be cool to have him as, like, our 4th ball handler. Coming off the bench, him and Ace Bailey. That'd be sick. But yeah, dude, that's the news of the day. That's what happened in the draft. LaMelo Ball is getting traded. Obviously, this is Jazz's main channel, but I'm going to still talk about general NBA news that happens every day. So pardon me for talking about the second round and LaMelo Ball trade for 15 minutes on the dot for the first part of the stream. So, that's it, dude. News of the day, fun stuff of the day. Now, we can go and enjoy our glorious king. The king, dude. Our savior. Darryn Peterson. This is 8 minutes. We're not going to watch all 8 minutes of it. Sorry. We're going to watch this first a little bit. Just to kind of get a feel of his personality and everything. And then we'll continue with other stuff, obviously.
Jason Petrucci of AM New York. And Darryn, I wanted to hear, what are your thoughts on going number 2? Obviously, you were thinking throughout the process you'd be number 1, but what do you have to prove now that you weren't the first overall pick?
I can't go back and change anything now. Obviously, I wanted to be number 1 pick, but I went number 2. So now I'm prepared to go to Utah and get to work. There's always been a chip on my shoulder, so I wouldn't say it added anything else, but now it'll always be on my mind for my whole career.
First row here on the left.
Zach Gill, WFAN. There was a lot of conversation, and people were trying to put you in a box and talk about you a certain way this past year. Who are you, and what do you want to prove to people on this next level, especially since people classified you a certain way during your college career?
Yeah. When you say who am I say I'm me. I'm Darryn Peterson. People are gonna have opinions on me and stuff because of what I went through and all that. But I think I'm a pretty cool guy. A big brother to my siblings, a son to my parents, a good friend.
Again, I'm going to bring it up because I brought it up yesterday. He keeps saying big brother to my siblings. He's got an older brother, dude. I know he can, but he should just say brother to my siblings. He shouldn't say big brother to my siblings when he's the middle child. Whatever. You guys let me know in the comments if I'm crazy for saying that. If I was the middle child, I wouldn't be like the older brother, I'm leaving the other siblings out. I'm just talking about the younger brother. I don't know. You do you, Darryn. You're loved here no matter what, dude. I don't care what you're fucking... However you talk about your family. I don't care, dude. You describe them how you want.
Someone that people can count on. But now I'm an NBA player. So a whole new shift of my life and lifestyle. But basketball's always been the main thing for me. I'm going to keep it the main thing. Work my butt off my entire life, and I'm going to continue to do that. This is a short part of my dream, but I got a lot more that I'm chasing, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Third row on the right.
Darryn, congratulations.
Thank you.
We know you're my pleasure. We know you're an ambitious guy, and you got the game to back it up. Are there any kind of specific goals that you have going into next season? I also got to ask, we've been through about 7 picks in here.
Yeah.
What have you been up to the past 45 minutes?
Yeah. It's been 45 minutes since the pick. Yeah, that's crazy. My fault. Wait, I asked it again, my bad. Can you ask it again?
Sorry, my mic was muted. I had to check this. My computer glitched there, froze. It happens on occasion, but not that bad. Both screens just froze and went black. So now I gotta see. Yeah, dude, my whole thing went. That's crazy. The whole visual went nuts. That's funny. Anyways, it's fixed now, dude. We're up. We're live. We're chilling. Sorry to the people that are watching back later. They're probably like, oh, I have to skip for fucking a good minute and a half here. Yeah, dude, we're back. Sorry. We'll get back to this beautiful smile, dude.
Testing.
I can hear you. Okay, go ahead.
My first question was just about any specific goals you have going into next year.
Goals. Play all 82 games. Coming off the year I had at Kansas, I didn't get to play all the games that I wanted to. My first goal is to play all 82, make the playoffs. Try to get a ring. I seen some rookies get deep in the playoffs, and they kind of inspired me to get there. They came up short, but I want to get all the way and get a ring.
Third row on the left.
Hey, Darryn, Doug Feinberg, the AP. The top 8 picks were all freshmen. How well do you know the other guys in the class, and how good this class being?
Yeah, I knew these. Dalen just got drafted. Another
It keeps happening, dude. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to look into this after stream, dude. Computer keeps crashing on me or just glitching. It's not even crashed. The computer's fine. It's the monitors and shit. We'll figure that out on a different day.
I know these guys well. We kind of grew up together. We were at camps and played together since we were like 16 and 15 years old. So we kind of grew up together and chased this dream together. So it's pretty cool. We don't know each other super personally, but we spent a good amount of time around each other, so we know each other kind of well. And we're going to continue to compete. And I'm coming for these guys like I've been coming for them my whole career. So I'm going to continue to do that. And now going into a round with better players, and I'm coming for these guys too. So I'm going to work my butt off.
First row in the middle.
Darryn, what's going on? Brad Parker from The Score. Maybe not the most important thing in the world, but you did rock number 22 at Kansas.
Yeah.
You rocked 22 in high school.
Yeah.
22's taken in Utah.
Is it?
What number are you going to rock
We
with?
already covered this bit.
I might try to rock 8 or try to...
Kate Cox with WFUV Sports here in New York. Utah is building around a very young core here, especially with last year's pick, Ace Bailey. What are you hoping for this future, especially in the next few years, building on that young core with the Jazz?
Like you said, it's a new young core, and I'm excited to go be a part of it. I think we got a lot of great players, and I'm blessed to go into a situation where I think we can win right away. So looking forward to it. Hopefully we can go in and be one of those teams now and get deep in the playoffs and get a championship.
Back right corner.
Darryn, congratulations. What have your conversations been like with Utah? I know you met with them, but you didn't specifically work out.
Yeah. They were great. I remember meeting with them in Chicago and telling my agent, I know I want to be #1 pick, but I had a great connection with Utah, and I won't be upset if they called me. I think when I didn't work out, there was a misconception that I didn't want to play for them for some reason. But my main goal is #1. So me and my team decided that was the best place for me to go work out. But definitely happy that Utah picked me and can't wait to get there and go work. I think it's a great fit.
Fourth row on the left.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Your energy right now, you seem so calm and composed and a great sense of your agency. Like you're ready to get on the court already. Like, what is driving that? It seems like you've already pushed through the draft experience and you're ready for the court already.
Yeah, the celebration stops tonight. Like I got drafted today, but tomorrow I'm now an NBA player. So get home. I'm gonna work out until I got to report to Utah. Like I said, balls first. So I'm a grinder. Like I said, Kobe's my guy, and I'm inspired by him. So I just kind of try to think, what would Kobe do right now? I think he'd get drafted and move on and try to go be the best him possible. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I see the guy that went #1 on the screen up there right now. So I'm extra motivated.
Third row in the middle.
Hi, Darryn.
He's extra motivated, dude. He just sees AJ DeBonce on the screen. He's like, fucking, I'm ready, dude. That's good to hear.
This is Kemi from Migu. First of all, congratulations. What is one thing you trying to show the NBA fans in the upcoming summer league?
The upcoming summer league? That I'm back to being me. I wasn't completely myself at Kansas, but this pre-draft, I worked super hard, and now I'm feeling better than ever. So I would probably say that I'm back to being me.
Second row here on the left.
Holden Sherman, Brett said his son. Congrats. So Isaiah Collier wears 8 too.
So I'm out of luck. I'm gonna have to figure out who. I'm gonna have to go to the drawing board, figure something out. But hopefully I can get 22. I'm probably gonna text Flip right now, like what I gotta do.
Well, your backup, you might have to do some work for it too as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to just do a whole shift. So we gonna see.
Let's go back row here on the left.
Morgan Traylor, Anscape, what was the most difficult part of the pre-draft process for you?
The workouts. I was getting pushed to extreme limits. Obviously after the year I had at Kansas, I had to push myself to another level. And the workouts were super intense. I had a strict schedule. I also got a puppy during the process, so I had a lot of stuff going on, trying to work out, trying to train him, trying to spend time with him. So yeah, probably the workouts was the hardest part for sure, but I embraced it, and I love ball, so I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to be the best me.
Last question.
Darryn, you were the highest Kansas player drafted since Andrew Wiggins. What does that mean to you, and how cool is that?
It means a lot. Just some of the hard work paying off. Had a great year at Kansas. We'll do it a million more times. And Rock Chalk, appreciate all those guys, and hopefully they continue to be fans, and hope they're now Utah fans.
Thank you, Darryn.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Darryn. No, thank you, Darryn. Yeah. Then we can watch this. In fact, we're already at basically 30 minutes, so we'll just watch this. We can go over the Skip Bayless segment tomorrow. He was actually intelligent for the first time ever, dude. If you guys didn't see that Skip Bayless clip and you don't want to wait till tomorrow, you can just look that up. But he was actually like really smart and knowledgeable about the Jazz and their offense and their system and everything. Fucking so, shout out to him. And then I was gonna pull up this clip of him talking to his brother, Daryl, with his brother on fucking Good Morning America. But he keeps saying that he's the older brother, so I just... One of these days, we'll get down to the bottom of why he says that. Like, I don't know. But yeah, dude, fucking... Maybe that's why I was crashing. I was probably crashing because my Tankathon just kept getting a ton of ads, because it clearly is, like, broken there. So yeah, that was probably the issue why I kept crashing. Yeah, so we'll just watch this nice little Darryn Peterson, like, general thing, and then get my two little report things and call it quits.
If it wasn't for a string of injuries, cramps, and mysterious benchings, Darryn Peterson may well be the first name called on draft night. A prototypical smooth shooting two-guard, Peterson had a disappointing year at Kansas given his high school pedigree, and a lot of what we saw in high school never translated. Still, Peterson might be the most special player in this class, but he could cost a GM a job if he busts considering the other talent in the top 4. I'm Will Gottlieb, All City Network's NBA draft expert, and this is our 5 minute or less NBA draft profile series, presented by KAWHI. Peterson is an absolutely money jump shooter. He made 38.2% on 6.9 threes per game. Peterson shoots more of a set shot and releases on the way up, which I love because it's incredibly fluid and lightning quick. He's got great shot prep and overall mechanics, gets his feet set, always on balance, and has a repeatable, pure jumper. He understands floor spacing well. He's always staying active away from the ball, moving into open space and making himself available in passing lanes. But he's more than just a standstill shooter. You can run him off pin downs and flare screens and have him get into jump shots, or let him attack downhill with a defender trailing on his hip. In general, his ability to read screens really stands out, and that can make him a real off-ball weapon at the next level.
I was about to say, like, look at his off-ball ability itself, dude. Like, it's just... I don't know, people are like, how is he going to fit with Keontae? Like, I don't know. Fine? Like, neither of them are true playmakers, and both of them are fine off balls. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care who's Steph and who's Clay. Like, simply it doesn't matter to me. They're both going to be fucking awesome. I just think in this situation, Darren's going to be better. But I think Darryn will end up playing the 2, and Keontae will end up playing the 1. That's just like a vision at this point. I don't know what will happen in like a year or two, but as of right now, I think Keontae would play the 1 in the offense, and Darryn would be running around doing fucking athletic Darryn shit. So, who knows? But, so imagine him running off ball much more than anything else.
Level. Peterson was primarily an off-ball player at Kansas, but was still able to average 20.2 points per game and 30.5 points per 75 possessions. But there's even more untapped upside when it comes to his shot creation. While he shot just 36.4% on dribble jumpers, we didn't see a lot of the self-creation or facilitation he displayed at Prolific Prep during his time at Kansas. So let's take a quick detour to talk about his high school pedigree. Peterson averaged 37-7 his senior season at Prolific Prep and was far more dynamic with the ball than anything we saw at Kansas. My guess is that it would have been hard for Bill Self to install an offense built around Peterson with his health in question, so they utilized him more away from the ball to try to make the transition easier for the rest of his teammates with or without him. In high school, he was deep in his bag, creating shots for himself in the mid-range, stepping back or sidestepping for 3, and elevating much higher on his jump shot. He had an explosive first step getting into the paint, detonating dunks and finishing with craft below the rim, but at Kansas he only shot 51.9% at the rim. In college, he was considered just average in pick and roll, scoring 0.75 points per possession, with those possessions making up 26.5% of his play type usage, but we just didn't see the same level of athleticism at Kansas. For as talented as a scorer as he is, he also has the potential to be a plus defender at the next level. Peterson has great timing and hands, and he's big enough to guard smaller guards, but also to slide up and defend small forwards. He's really good away from the ball at jumping passing lanes and coming up with 1.4 steals per game. He had a 2.9 steal rate, which was higher than Debansa, Boozer, and Wilson, as well as Acuff, Wagler, and Brown, the other guards in the top 10 range. He's got great awareness and IQ, which allows him to go rogue at times and help out on the block or creep up behind the play for steals. He's also able to use his length and timing to generate blocks. He had a 2.3 block rate, which is elite for his position and higher than almost every other guard in the class. He missed 11 games during his time at Kansas and was limited in both.
Also, people forget, dude. Yeah, he missed 11 games at Kansas. Michael Brown missed more. So, do what you want with that info. Like, people been sitting here talking shit on Darryn about missing games. So did Michael Brown. Is it just because Darren's a top 2 pick is why we're talking about it? But like if he was the 6th pick, people wouldn't be talking about it? I don't know. Frustrating.
Minutes and production in others. He revealed in an interview that he experienced full body cramps in September, and that put him in the hospital, which he called a traumatic experience. He was seen on multiple occasions signaling to Bill Self to pull him out of games after suffering from leg cramps, ankle injuries, and a hamstring strain, but from recent reporting, it seems like teams are more concerned about his health and whether they can get the most out of Peterson, not whether he has true character concerns. And that's fair. The reality is his health did affect his play. In high school, Peterson was a different caliber of player, more on ball, more shot creation, and more facilitation, and teams considering him in the top 4 will be betting on him getting back to that. As far as comparisons go, he plays similarly to Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, but if the shot creation and facilitation he displayed at high school returns, he could be looking more like a Jamal Murray type who's more of a lead initiator combo guard. My stat-based player comp generator lists players like Terrence Shannon, Dalton Connect, and Buddy Hield as the closest comparisons, but again, that doesn't factor into account the creation he showed at high school. My favorite fit for Peterson is the Jazz, who are set to ascend with Jaren Jackson Jr. in the mix.
This was literally like a month ago, by the way. This is before the draft lottery even happened. So, shout out to this guy for wanting him to go to us. I appreciate this, dude.
George blossoming and Lauri Markkanen getting back to all-star level. Ditto for Washington, though he's duplicative with last year's 6th overall pick Trey Johnson. He would be an awesome fit next to Trae Young, Alex Sarr, and Anthony Davis, but taking him 1st overall might be too risky for DC. The fit in Memphis would be seamless alongside Cedric Cowher.
Okay, I take it back. This was definitely after the lottery. Then why were they showing a fucking Pacers lotteries? Like, that doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. But still, dude, shout out to him for thinking he'd fit best with us, because he was right, and he will be right.
And Zach Edey. The Grizzlies have a long track record of getting the most out of their draft picks, which would bode well for Peterson hitting his upside. The Bulls are so in need of talent and upside, and Peterson would immediately help them there as they kick off their rebuild. Right now, Peterson is trading at 18% to go.
He's trading at whatever the fuck it matters, because it doesn't matter. He's trading at 100% going to Utah at 2 at this point. So, very fun, dude. 33 minutes on the dot. Very nice. Yeah, dude, that's it. That's all the videos. That's just the general coverage of the nightly news. Darren's phenomenal. We have all summer to cover him more and more and more. But we did have, again, the last 24 hours or so to kind of process it and think about it. And again, it's super late or early for me, so I didn't want to make it a super long stream. I could have gone for hours just watching all this stuff, but I figured we need something to do this weekend. So if I can spread out all this coverage and stuff. And again, I'm sure he flies into Utah probably tomorrow or the next day. I don't know when. So we'll have that kind of coverage to do over the weekend as well. But in general, I figure we'll save some of these bigger things for the next few days, I guess. So, but we will sit here and we will give my general player comps first, and then we will give my combined last year, this year, what I would draft. And then we'll do our nightly shoutouts. For you guys listening, I know Spencer and everybody was like, what about the nightly? We'll do the nightly shoutouts. That will happen every night. But yeah, my player comps that I found throughout the internet, I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but these are just what I've seen, okay? Michael Jeffrey Jordan. There's no way. Okay, there's no, like, that would be sick. But, like, it's not every football player is going to be Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, but we can dream. But Michael Jordan is the reach comp. The next general reach comp, everybody's heard it, is Kobe Bryant. That's a little more likely, obviously, but, like, career-wise, like, whatever it is, from 5 championships, like, that's obviously not going to happen. But play style, Kobe. And then Shea, obviously, that's another thing where it's like MVPs, final MVP. You never know with career stuff, but Play-wise, Shea, I see that a little more than Kobe, but whatever. And then you've heard the low floor of Bradley Beal. That's, again, a possibility, but I think he's going to be way better than Bradley Beal. So those are just the 4 general players that I pulled. That you can, like, again, anywhere from Bradley Beal to Michael Jordan. Like, big gap there, but you can fit it there. And then these next 6 are all, like, combination players that I've got together, okay? And they're all kind of, like, in order of, like, how scary sounding this is for him, okay? First one, Jamal Murray, but with defense. Pretty damn good. It was a 25 a game, 24 and a half a game, something like that. With really good defense. I will take that. Next one is Brandon Roy with Klay Thompson shooting. Now, you young guys probably don't know anything about Brandon Roy. You can go just type in Prime Brandon Roy Portland Trailblazers 2009, 2008, probably in that range. Elite, and you have to specifically type in Brandon Roy Prime because it was only like 2 years. It was really good, and then he like broke every bone in his leg, so he couldn't play. But the 2 years of Prime Brandon Roy was unbelievable. So watch that highlight, and then imagine Klay Thompson shooting. So that's really good. Next one is Devin Booker, who's able to play more off ball. Not that Devin Booker can't play off ball. Like, I read that and I was like, eh. But, like, if he was more off ball and more athletic than Devin Booker, which he is, I don't hate that comparison at all. The next 3, I think, are just nuts. So, these are dream comparisons in my head. Anthony Edwards scoring with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's brain. That seems crazy to me, but I figured I'd put it on here anyways. Next 2 are real nuts, though. You've heard this one, though. This one's been floated around. I've seen. He's a 6'6" Damian Lillard that plays defense. Now, that is very terrifying. Like, I don't know if he 100% can shoot like Dame. Dame's a top 3-point shooter of all time. You can debate that in the comments with me if you want. But I think Dame is a top 3 shooter of all time. I know James Harden lovers are going to argue me, but Steph Curry, Ray Allen, Dame Lillard. Yeah. Then Kyle Korver. Probably not, but that's how I'd put it. All right, so 6'6" Damian Lillard with defense. Unreal. And this last one, I'm sure you saw from the thumbnail, is the guard version of Kawhi Leonard, dude. I love that. The more I've seen his stuff, like, and again, I probably should have done this before the stream so you, like, could watch those highlights with these things in mind. But now going forward throughout the week, as we watch more highlights, think about these, the things that I just said here, the comparisons. But, like, you rewatch these highlights and stuff, or lowlights, or mid-game highlights, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I say highlights, like, it's like I'm only watching his good stuff, which we kind of are on stream, but like I've seen a lot of his like game tape and high school stuff. But you watch it, dude, he is like a 6'6" Kawhi. I don't know if his hand measures out that size or whatever, but like kind of Kawhi-esque. So I don't know. Those are some good comparisons, I thought. 6'6" Dame, guard version of Kawhi, Brandon Roy that can shoot. Jamal Murray that can play defense. Like, I don't know. Pretty damn impressive either way. Yeah, dude, we just got that guy. We got that guy on our team. So, you love to see it, love to hear it, love to watch it. So, shout out Darryn Peterson, the soon-to-be best player in franchise history. Now, we will just jump quickly, because we're already at 40 minutes, so we'll be quicker. The combined 25 to 26 NBA draft. Again, I viewed this with the knowledge that I have today from what I've seen from every player, whether it be college or their first year in the NBA, and high school and college tape, like everything I know from each player as of today. If I was a general manager of a team just starting out, who I would pick, and I had to pick from these two drafts. I couldn't be like, I want Victor Wembanyama. Like that's not the option here. I have to pick from these two teams, but I'm starting out brand new franchise. This is the order I would draft them in. First overall, I would take Cooper Flagg. That's not. I don't think that should be a surprise for anybody. Cooper Flagg is generational. He's unbelievable. I did have a conversation today at work, and I still am going to stick to it. This is going to be crazy, dude. Don't get mad at me. I don't think Cooper Flagg is an offensive, specifically offensive. I don't know if he's an offensive number one on a championship team. He obviously can blossom into that. He's the great white hope. I don't want to rule anything out. But obviously, when it comes to, this is why he's going number one here, pure player, he's better than everybody at everything else by like a fucking long margin. But other guys on this list, I think, are better scoring options on a championship team. You know what I mean? Like, it's offensive. Specifically offensive, I don't think he's that. But everything else, he's fucking phenomenal. Defensively, he's the best player here. Post-game, he's probably the best player here other than Boozer. Like, just unbelievable. So, that's why Cooper Flagg would go number one. He's generational. He might be, he's probably going to go down as the greatest white boy of all time. So, shout out to Cooper Flagg. Sorry, Larry Bird. Number two, this is going to be controversial and super biased, but fucking, I don't care, dude. Number two, we got Darryn Peterson. I've stuck to it. Again, I've kind of varied back and forth, like, who I would take for branding reasons and all that. But I think if I'm a general manager and I'm building a team in this scenario, I'm building to win a championship. I'm not building to sell jerseys. Obviously, like, if I was an owner, that's where I go off, like, big board and stuff. That's when I would take an AJ DeBonta over Darryn Peterson, because it's like, I'm going to be on ESPN every day. The jersey sales, the ticket sales, just going to be equally as good, arguably. Like, so, but for me, I think Darryn Peterson's he's a slightly better player positionally than AJ. So I would take Darryn number one or number two overall in this combined draft. But that's obviously me being biased. But it's a guard-driven league at this point, I believe. So unless you're Jokic and Victor Wembanyama, but in general, guard-driven league. So I figured if I was GM, I would take Darryn Peterson over AJ, and I'm sticking to it. So Cooper 1, Darryn 2, and then obviously I alluded to it, AJ is going 3. I don't think I need to argue that the same way I had to argue Darryn. If Darren's going 2, it's very clear that AJ's going 3. So Cooper 1, Darryn 2, AJ 3, 4, I have Cam Boozer. Shouldn't be a shocker there. Cam Boozer's the next number one overall level player. And then 5th, I have Dylan Harper. Now that might make some people mad 6 months ago. But Dylan Harper's playoff run was fucking very phenomenal. I don't know why De'Aaron Fox was starting over him. Doesn't make sense. It's inhumane at this point. So, but yeah, Dylan Harper at 5. Then I have Caleb Wilson at 6. Which is still fucking phenomenal for you, Caleb Wilson. Congrats. Then I have Ace Bailey at 7. People are probably like getting mad at me at this point. There's a specific name that I haven't mentioned, and he's gonna be farther down than you want. Number 8, I would take VJ Edgecombe. Okay. Which is, I don't think you need to argue at that point. Number 9 is your boy, Con Knippel. I know there's a lot of people who are like, but dude, he made 7 million threes this year on this percentage. I don't care. I'm still taking Ace Bailey, and I'm still taking VJ Edgecombe over him. That was my opinion a year ago, and I'm still sticking to it. I just don't think you can pass up on the athletic combo guard / wing and VJ Edgecombe. And he just reminds me of Dwayne Wade, like a big Dwayne Wade. And then Ace Bailey, I've had faith in Ace Bailey since he was a fucking junior in high school. So I'm still sticking to the fact that Ace Bailey is the 7th best player in the last 2 drafts. And then at 10, I had Michael Brown Jr. Obviously, Keaton Wagler went before him. You can make arguments for like I don't know if you want a Cedric Coward or a Jeremiah Fears or one of those kind of guys. You could slot them in at 10 if you'd rather. But I just think Michael Brown's going to be fucking phenomenal. So I'm putting him at 10. That's the draft that I would have. But yes, over the last 2 years, again, I'd have Cooper Flag 1, Darryn 2, AJ 3, Cam Boozer 4, Dylan 5, Caleb Wilson 6, Ace Bailey 7, VJ 9 or VJ 8, Con Knipple 9, Michael Brown 10. And if you think about it, those 2 drafts, as of right now, anything can change. You never know, injuries, play style, whatever. As of right now, those 2 drafts are probably the 2 best drafts since 2003. You know, and they're probably, again, they're 2 of the 4 best drafts in the last 40 years, probably. So, like, it's the fact that we got 2 of the 7 of the top 10 in the last 2 years, in my opinion, is unbelievable. Specifically, the fact that we got the 2nd and the 7th is unbelievable. So, we'll see what happens. Obviously, we can do this again. We'll come back maybe in a year. I should have just done like a specific stream about this if that was the case, but we'll come back in like a year and see, like, maybe Ace Bailey has a phenomenal season next year and Caleb Wilson doesn't do very good at all, and I'll flip those guys. Or I don't know, Dylan Harper breaks his kneecap, and then as he breaks it, his foot flips around, and then he hits himself in the face with his foot, and then he breaks his jaw. Like, I don't know, something could happen. But that's the 10 that I would have right now if I would draft the last 2 drafts. And then next year maybe we'll change it, and they'll add next year's draft, which isn't going to be amazing. I can't imagine I put Stokes or like Bruce Branch or any of those other dudes above any, like maybe above like Michael Brown or Con Knipple, but like, so I can't imagine it would change in a year by adding next year's draft. But this order could change. But yeah, dude, crazy to think about that we didn't get Cooper Flag, but Darryn Peterson and Ace Bailey is better, I think. So, like, I don't know. I think if you went up to a Mavericks fan and said, hey, you either get Darryn Peterson and Ace Bailey or Cooper Flag, I don't know what they would choose. I would have to, like, maybe I'll do that on Twitter next week and just, like, pose that question to, like, Mavs fans on Twitter, like, search them out. It'd be an interesting question. Like, I think me personally as a Jazz fan with what we have, I'd rather have Darryn Peterson and Ace. But, in fact, did I say AJ DeBonce or did I say Ace? I might have said AJ DeBonce like 4 different times when I meant to say Ace, and vice versa, dude. They're like synonymous. Yeah, I'd rather have Darryn Peterson and Ace Bailey than Cooper Flag with the Jazz. But I'm sure Mavericks, with the way they are, no, dude, with the lack of assets, they'd rather have 2 really good players than 1 really, really good player. I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments if you disagree with me on that, but that's how I would rank it. Darryn Peterson, dude, unbelievable. I thought I was waking up smiling every day after the draft lottery. Now I'm just going to be waking up smiling even more, knowing that we got Darryn Peterson too. So, love to see it. That's pretty much it for the general conversation for the night. We're almost at 50 minutes here, so we'll just do our nightly shout out. We'll just do 2 channels here. We'll do the 2 main channels. The other guys are good. We'll start off here. Shout out to T-Talk. Shout out Ty. Shout out Talon. Great dudes. Again, I think Talon's a great dude. I don't know, dude. I've not had a back and forth with Talon at all. But Ty's a great guy. Give them a follow. New episodes every Wednesday, and then, or not every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, and then streams every week in between. I think they're going to get their stream stuff figured out. They tried to live stream the draft. It didn't really work out. Technical issues. So hopefully they can get it all sorted for their next live stream. Again, Ty, I've probably been annoying with, like, suggestions, and you have to pay for, like, certain things. Like, we need to get your streaming stuff sorted out, dude, because T-Talk live streams would be sick. But shout out to them, dude. There's 66 subs. I think they went up at least another sub or 2 today. I don't know. So, shout out to T-Talk. They're the GOATs. They are on Instagram, TikTok, X, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. So give them a follow at T-Talk Jazz Pod. Great dudes. And then lastly, the Jazzmen Podcast. They're up to 80, dude. They hit 80 subs. Let's go. Shout out to the Jazzmen. Well deserved, boys. We need to get them to 100, dude. Get Jazzmen to 100. Again, whatever I have, they should have more than me. I've said this a trillion times. They've been doing this for months. Their content's really, really, really good. So, go follow the Jazzmen at Jazzmen Podcast. They are on X, they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they're on Spotify, they're on Apple Podcasts. They're on everything. So, again, I just do live streams, so you're never going to catch me on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. But, like, These guys all are. So if you do use Spotify and Apple Podcasts like religiously, give them a follow at Jasmine Podcast. They were live earlier. I did see this. I only watched a little bit because I was trying to prepare for the stream. But they were live talking about the NBA draft stuff. It looks like for an hour or so. But it's just Spencer and Javin. I don't know what happened to Jake. But yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, they're playing NBA The Run. I don't know that game. In fact, no, I do know that game. I know people that were talking about it, but I didn't get it. But yeah, they were live talking about the NBA draft. So you need something to listen to again tomorrow. I recommend that. Shout out to the Jasmine, dude. Give them a follow on everything. As I said, great dudes at Jasmine Podcast. But yeah, that'll be it, dude. We'll call it quits for the night. Again, do my nightly shout out for myself at this point. You guys know what's up. Once again, smash the sub button. It's appreciated. Smash the like button. That's the most appreciated. The more likes, the more views I get. That's how it goes. And again, I don't want to be like Mr. View, but like, I'd like to grow the channel somehow, and you're not going to grow the channel without getting views, and you're not going to get views without getting likes, and you're not going to get comments without getting likes. And it's like, it's a whole thing. So just smash the like button and comment and do so. It goes a long way. It's appreciated. So again, sub, like, comment. I was doing the typical nightly comment, but we can't do that anymore because the draft's over. So tonight's comment question is, if you've got to this point, let me know which of the Darryn Peterson comps that I gave you is your favorite, or give me a different comparison that I did not list. Give me something new, dude. Let's get a new list of new comparisons. So yeah, that's your comment question of the night. What do you think is Darren's best comparison? So that's it. Appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. Obviously Twitter, that is linked down in the description below. You're not verified yet. I don't give a dude. I'm not gonna pay Elon Musk more money. F off. Yeah, dude. Follow me on Twitter. Link down below, or X, whatever you want to call it. Link down below. I do post my live links whenever I go live. Literally the second I go live, I post it. So again, I've said it night after night. Don't follow me on, or don't turn on notifications on YouTube if you don't want to, because you'll get notified like 5 hours later. It happened to me the other night. So if you do want to actually get notified when I go live, I do recommend turning on Twitter notifications or X notifications. And I think it gives you the option to like turn off replies, like, and just be post specific. So maybe do that if you don't want to see me like go back and forth with people on Twitter, which isn't like super common, but like it'll happen like once a week. So I don't know if you want to be like caught up on that. But yeah, if you do want to just like get notified whenever I post or when I do like live streams, do it on Twitter. Notifications there. But I do post other stuff, not just live links. Just like my opinion, like little thoughts. It's Twitter at the end of the day. Lots of retweets, obviously, jazz content. Also, this picture from Los Jazz, dude, fucking sick. So sick. I don't know if they're ever gonna like. I should reach out and ask them if I can use this for like a thumbnail or something, which I probably should do to like everybody. I just like type in on Google like fucking Darryn Peterson and pick a picture. So like I'll probably get in trouble for that one day. But like I hate using like jazz creators stuff. Like there's a lot of like Photoshop, like Darryn Peterson or AJ DeBonsa stuff that I just kind of steered away from the last month or two because I don't want to rip off jazz content. I'm fine ripping off like fucking the main media, but jazz content creators, no. So like I'll have to reach out to Los Jazz and see if they'll let me like use this for a thumbnail, because this shit is like one of the hardest pictures I've ever seen. Talk about the savior, dude. Darryn the Savior Peterson, fucking just emerging from the mountaintops. Beautiful with the city in the front. Very nice picture. But yeah, dude, that's it. Ramble. General Twitter posts. I posted my reaction again to Darryn being drafted. If you guys didn't see that, I don't want to break your ears, but yeah, I did post that. I freaked the fuck out. Oh! Break your ears. Freaked the fuck out. So that kind of stuff is also posted there, but in general, it's mainly just live links. But yes, that is linked down below. My TikTok is also linked down below. I should pull it up. I'm too lazy. TikTok is also down below, but I just post stream highlights on TikTok. It's not like general, like, here's what the Jazz should do, like exclusive TikTok stuff. Like, no, it's just stream highlights. So you can follow me there. That link is down below. Again, all these socials are just like, you don't have to follow me on everything. It's just a matter of like, if you do want to follow me on something other than YouTube, because again, all I do is live streams and stuff. Because again, I'll talk about general Jazz news and stuff. Like, so if you want to stay up to date with like Jazz news and Jazz coverage, obviously follow me on other stuff. But you don't have to. But I'm just saying, like, TikTok is an option. I don't use TikTok at the age that I am. But I do, like, again, I post the highlights and everything, but I'm not scrolling on TikTok. Like, I don't even know if I have an algorithm at all on TikTok. You know what I mean? I bet if I go to it, it's going to be like, here's a guy skydiving, and then it's like, here's the underwater ocean, and then here's a fucking space fact, and then here's something about the political scene. Like, I don't know what my algorithm would be on TikTok. So, I don't even scroll. I just post. So, it's an option for you. I wouldn't really respond very quickly if you messaged me on TikTok. I don't even know if I have notifications on at that point, or at this point. But it's an option for people that don't use Twitter or don't use anything else. If you just use YouTube and TikTok, you can follow me there. Link down below, as I said. And then my Instagram is also linked down below. I'm going to keep stating it until I don't have to state it. Do follow me on Instagram. It's very fun. It's very entertaining. Again, if you don't use Twitter for obvious reasons, or you don't use TikTok for obvious reasons, that you only use like Instagram and YouTube. My Instagram is down linked below. But again, I'm going to keep saying it until I don't have to say it. My Twitter is Utah Jazz only. My TikTok is Utah Jazz only. My YouTube is Utah Jazz only. My Instagram is not that. My Instagram is like all me. I mean, if you look at my Instagram now, the last like 48 hours, it's been all Jazz. But in general, my Instagram is like me. Like, whether it be religious things, whether it be fucking whatever. So, just go into that if you do want to follow me on Instagram or something else. That it's not just Jazz only stuff. So, but I did want that option for people that, again, don't use the other socials to reach out if they need me. So yeah, Twitter down below, Instagram down below, TikTok down below, everything else. Appreciate you. Have a good night, guys. Let me switch to this camera. Actually, have a good night, have a good day, whatever it is. It is day at this point. Have a good day. Yeah, dude, it's absolutely amazing. We've got Darryn Peterson. What a life we live. So, there we are. Mwah. See you later, boys. Again, if you have any suggestions for anything, leave down in the comments below. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Or today, whatever. Haha. Peace out.
Cause honey, you and I are always on the run. Gonna be loving you. Saying, why do we feed the fire when we can breathe the flame? So let me hold you till the end. Cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again. Cause I've been holding